tails, Rafa braces. Receive, okay? Good match, yeah?
So Nadal has won the toss and has elected to receive. No surprises there. The second of the semi-finals today at the China Open here at the National Tennis Center in Beijing sees the top seed, former world number one, Rafael Nadal, take on one of the brightest young talents on the ATP Tour in the form of Marin Cilic. Well, this man needs no introduction whatsoever. He really has been a prodigy as far as the sport is concerned. Already 36 career titles to his credit, those coming on all kinds of surfaces. He's won 3 of the 4 majors. He's amassed 25 million bucks in prize money. You can multiply that several times to get an idea of what he's really worth. 5 titles in 2009. He's leading the tour together with Andy Murray in that category. And his win-loss record has been outstanding. It's been another phenomenal year. And had injury not hampered him midway through the season, it could be even more impressive. And that's the scary thing, Kev.
Absolutely. But what's amazing to me, Robbie, about those 5 wins this year is all 5 wins have been quality opponents. It's the other 3 top players of the top 4 of which Nadal is a member. Murray, Djokovic, and Federer. And you see the 3 wins that Nadal needed to secure his spot in the semifinals. That 3-setter against Baghdadis, who had to test him a bit in the second set, as did Blake, taking a second set tiebreak before the 4 games lost against Murat Safin in the quarterfinals. But as you mentioned, you like the idea in Rafa's camp, at least you say it quietly amongst yourselves, that he was tested. He's not coming in this riding a very high streak of just cruising through matches in an hour and advancing on. He has been pushed.
For those of you who haven't seen much of Marin Cilic, take a long, hard look, because I believe you're going to see a lot more of this guy in the years to come. 21 years of age, great head on his shoulders. I think that's one of his greatest weapons. Already 3 career titles to his credit, the first coming in New Haven last year, and this year already to Chennai, the start of the year, and just a couple of weeks later in his hometown of Zagreb in Croatia indoors. He managed to win another one of those 3 titles. There they are, 2 you can see in 2009, and he's made some good loot as well. 770 grand in the bank account and counting. Superb win-loss record, winning a lot more than he's been losing. Best here was a quarterfinalist in 2007, but perhaps the highlight of the season for Cilic, beating Andy Murray there in the round of 16 at the US Open. Straight sets, knockout. Good start to his Grand Slam career.
Igor Andreev offering little resistance in the opening round, and then tested, losing the second set against Julien Beneteau, the man from France, before Cilic decided, all right, I've had enough of this. I'm going to bagel you in the 3rd set and move through to the quarterfinals. And we showed you earlier his straight sets win over Nikolai Davydenko, winning 4-4 already in 2009 with those 39 match wins. Cilic, the most that he's ever won in a single year. He won 37 last year, and he just continues to improve, and that's what you like to see for the youngsters. Just incremental steps of improvement, getting better and better as the weeks unfold. Worth noting again, Robbie, as we always do at this time, the stadium court does have electronic review. The Hawkeye system is in place. Each player given 3 incorrect challenges per set, an additional challenge in a tiebreak situation. We've seen the challenge used from time and time again, and we expect Muhammad Liani in his chair to be administering justice as he does.
I just need to make a correction. It wasn't the finals of Miami, it was the finals of Indian Wells. Excuse me, Kevin, where the wind was so bad, where this guy handled the conditions superbly.
Well, out in the Palm Springs desert, you're absolutely right now that you're drawing to mind the images of that wind blowing so hard. That was a tough, tough place to play, but Nadal handled it well.
And he's the tournament's top seed, and this should be an absolute cracker. First time that these two are meeting. Marin Cilic has been one of the rising stars in the last couple of seasons. What's he got in his locker to trouble one of the greatest competitors we've ever seen in our sport? That is undeniable.
So as Robbie mentioned during the coin toss, Nadal won the toss, elected to receive, and gives Marin Cilic the opportunity to open this semifinal matchup from the service line. Semifinal number 2 for a spot against Djokovic in the finals from the National Tennis Center in Beijing, China.
Shame one of the youngsters there, perhaps not quite happy with the way things are going today.
Perhaps a Soderling fan. Still feeling the effects, or even a Safin fan, somebody who was ousted earlier, but they have been asked to take a moment outside, and Marin Cilic opens the match nicely. 2 straight points. And that's a nice little message he sends at 208K up the tee. Rafa, you better be ready. I'm planning on bringing everything at you today. And the ace sails past, point away from holding it love. Well, you can't ask for more than that for the start from the 21-year-old. No nerves early. And the early lead.
It looks like a couple of good serves that'll really help steady the ship.
But he comes off as a very cool, calm character. I mean, you've had a chance to talk with his coach a few times and discuss that demeanor at 21 years of age. Some players still mentally maturing and trying to find that balance, but he seems to have it already.
He certainly does. And under the tutelage of Bob Brett, one of the best in the business. He's coached many great players as Bob, the likes of Becker, Ivanisevic. So he knows how to guide the youngsters, and he would have made Marin well aware at the start of his career what is needed to compete at the highest level. And I think the great thing about Cilic is that he's taken it on board. And that shows maturity beyond his years. This is the game plan when you play against Nadal. You've got to try and hit the ball hard through the court to his forehand side. Defends so well off his backhand side.
Well, we wondered if the crowd would respond to the Croat. And so far, through the first 6 points, they're starting to be impressed by what the 8 seed's been able to offer. 6 for 6. And a bit surprising at the slow start from Nadal. not so much against the serve of Cilic, but on his own serve, falling behind, triple break point. And appreciation for Nadal from his legion of fans as he finally gets a point on the board, still facing 2 break chances for the 8th seed. Impressive beginning for Marin Cilic. 8 of the first 9 points and both of the opening games. And Nadal finds himself in the rare position of trailing early.
Absolutely. He must feel like he's running down the wrong way of the streets in Pamplona. The way Cilic has come out.
Believe you me, I experienced that this summer. I do not recommend that. Wrong way travel down those streets is ill-advised.
How good is this? Tell you what. I'll tell you what, this is one of the most impressive starts I've seen in a long time for anybody against Nadal.
Nadal just 1 point thus far through these opening 3 games, and Cilic on fire.
It's a double trouble here. Not only was it a let, but Cilic wants a second look at this one.
And he got it by the slimmest of margins. That's just the fuzz on the ball. I'm not even sure the ball struck the line itself.
How can Mohamed Layani miss that?
They'll have words later for Mohamed, but no words needed for Marin Cilic. He is in firm control of this match. He's only lost 1 of the 13 points. He's won all 3 games. Crowd is stunned in Beijing. Absolutely phenomenal start for Marin Cilic to get this match going. Semifinals in Beijing, 1 spot remaining in the final tomorrow. Winner to face Novak Djokovic, and it's been one-sided with only 1 point going to the Spaniard in top seed as he tries to serve to get himself some sort of foothold in this opening set. One of the difficult propositions for Cilic is remaining at this high level
he's done his homework. He knows the tactic is to go after the Nadal forehand from the baseline. Also, when you get a look at Nadal's second serve, you've got to attack that. And so far, he's done both of those things beautifully in the opening 3 games.
Nadal hasn't helped his cause either, though. He hasn't been sharp, to say the least, as the errors have mounted. As we were alluding to, the fact that Cilic to maintain a high level of play against Nadal is a big ask. I mean, to try to do that over the course of a full match is really the only way you can take out Rafael Nadal. But on the other side of the coin, this is a best of 3 match. This is not a 5-setter. Nadal doesn't have the luxury of spotting his opponent a 1-set lead.
Oh, this is good tennis. Can't do a thing wrong right now. In fact, I'd love to put this guy in my luggage and take him to the casino with me.
Cilic perhaps sending a message to commentators everywhere saying, who's spotting me what? I'm taking this set. Nobody's giving me anything. Big forehand and lead at 15-30. Well, Nadal guessed right. Cilic hit exactly to where Nadal thought he was going to, but he couldn't corral it. Can't find the court, and double break point for a 4-love lead.
What a start. Just got a whole lot better for Marin Cilic, because we know very often when you play against Nadal, 1-breaker serve is not usually enough. So now he's got the beautiful buffer, being 4-love and a double break to the good. 16 points to 2. That'll be ace number 3 for the Croat. Just 187 miles per hour, but exploiting the angle beautifully, using his height to good effect.
He cranks that one up to 203 kilometers per hour for number 4. Has won all 10 service points. Cilic seemingly unstoppable today. Rafa just trying to stem the bleeding. Are you kidding me? This is a bullying like we have maybe perhaps never seen against a player who is usually the bully.
Exactly. But again, he's using that inside-out forehand to good effect. Going back behind Nadal to the forehand side. So far, so good.
You can't ask for anything more. If you want to start a match perfectly, why don't you do what Marin Cilic is doing today? 12 of 12 from the service line and 5 of 5 in games played. And he is trouncing the top seed, Rafael Nadal. Semifinals from the China Open in Beijing.
Robbie Koenig alongside Kevin Skinner, shocked at what's transpired in the first 17 minutes here on center court. It's Marin Cilic, who has played some divine tennis so far. It's just one game away from wrapping up the opening set.
We're going to run out of superlatives for this performance in this opening set, especially if he shuts out the top seed. Sublime, divine, magnificent, overwhelming.
Jaw-dropping.
It has been just an overwhelming beginning as Cilic loses just his 3rd point in the set.
I think what's helped Cilic so much is that match against Davydenko yesterday, but Davydenko was hitting the ball so hard, taking it so early, and yet Cilic had all the answers, so that really helped him with his movement, made him feel secure because he moved really well, and I think it's been great preparation for this match for that man in your picture. Just carried over that good ball striking from yesterday to today.
It's a matter of pride now for Nadal. He is one of the most proud players on tour. He stands up tall no matter what the challenge, but he does not want to lose this set at Love. He doesn't want to lose the set, period. As far as he's concerned, he's coming back to win at 7-5. He has suffered the indignity of being bageled once this season. It was in the final against Murray at Rotterdam in the final set, 6-love.
And I think with all due respect to Murray, he'll be the first to tell you that Nadal was severely injured in that final, midway through the second set. In fact, Nadal did well to carry on and win that second set before finally having to succumb tamely, meekly in that decider.
Well, he won't be bageled. He may end up with a fry, but at least he's on the board. As Cilic now in firm command of this opening set, has multiple opportunities if he needs them to close things out and take it 1-0.
I still love the come on after he wins that game. That's the attitude of Nadal, sending a message of positivity to the other side. There's no hangdog look.
Cilic serving for the set. Half a dozen aces have sailed past Nadal. Oh, just wide. Perfect strategy. Take Nadal way out wide and deep with the kick serve, and left a lot open court. Just a bit errant first point that Cilic has lost on his serve. And follows it up nicely with a well-placed 185K offering. Lucky number 7. Now 14 of 15 from the line.
Well, they haven't had a whole lot to cheer about just yet. But Nadal's trying hard yet. That's going to be the plan of attack for him. Try and direct as many balls as possible to that forehand of Cilic. That's where he's going to get more joy. That's where he's going to get more unforced errors. It's a half chance here for Nadal.
And the half chance is taken back as Cilic again, the effective serve. Return sails long, and the 21-year-old has his first set point. Marin Cilic shocks Beijing and those assembled, even maybe you at home. If you saw this coming, we need to talk. 6-1 as the 8th seed hands the 2005 champion here at the China Open a decisive 1-set lead.
Due to time constraints, we move ahead to action later in the match.
Temperature dipping just below 70 degrees Fahrenheit as fans rugged up, as they might say, down under. Little brisk afternoon tennis match just featuring former world number 1, currently ranked number 2, but the top seed here in Beijing, Rafael Nadal, taking on perhaps a relatively unknown player to local fans here in Beijing, but certainly somebody that the rest of the men's tennis world is going to be sitting up and taking notice of. 21-year-old Marin Cilic serving 2-1. Now make it 6 straight points for Nadal as he's just starting to get a taste of the momentum in the match. The best run he had was 3 back in the 6th game, the opening set, when he closed out that lone hold that he had in that first frame. In fact, he only won 8 points in the first set total.
How well he keeps his head up on the serve. We see Federer does it particularly well. Good little passage of play this from Nadal. Finally, the Spanish fans got something to cheer about.
First break chance for Nadal in the match. Never really had a sniff at Cilic's serve through the entirety of the first set and the opening offering here in the second, but now looking to get back on serve.
That's too good, and I love the positive emotions. This is good corner-to-corner stuff. Even someone as quick as Nadal can't track down that second forehand. It's a hard he's hitting the ball. Well inside the court as well. That takes time away from Nadal. Good tactic against the Spaniard. Still not easy to execute.
Closes it out nicely. All set up with the powerful serve. And the finish at the net. And he survives the scare of the break point and the loss of momentum and moves himself further out in front, 3-1. So the break of serve distance stands for Cilic. Nadal continues to have to work from behind, and he knows that Cilic looking over his shoulder saying, hey, I know you hear me coming. Those footsteps are a 6-time major champion from Spain. Better be on your game.
That's the shot I like from Nadal. He's used it very sparingly today. We know how good his forehand cross-court is. Opens up the court beautifully. But that cross-court forehand becomes more effective when he uses the one down the line, because then he's got his opponents guessing.
Now Cilic continues to prey on the second serve of Nadal.
Nadal has only been able to win 5 of 13 points on his second serve. That's around 40%.
Well, it's a game of catch-up, and Nadal does his part as he's down a break and down a set as the top seed and 2005 champion finds himself with his hands full against the 8th seed Marin Cilic. Terrific turnout here at the National Tennis Center. Fans streaming in from all over the world for this ATP World Tour 500 event. Great opportunity to get to Beijing a year after the Olympics were held here. Rafael Nadal won the gold medal last year. We saw Fernando Gonzalez and Novak Djokovic awarded on the podium stand next to him, silver and bronze respectively. But the gold is tarnished just a touch today on the golden boy, as he is finding himself being completely manhandled by Marin Cilic. 6-1, 3-2. The Croat serving from the top of your screen. Just under an hour playing time.
For those of you who just joined us, it's also worth reiterating Cilic was up 2-love in the second set and had 3 break points at love 40 to go up 3-love.
There is a lingering sort of presence in the room, and Nadal might be threatening. Despite the one-sided score and the way that first set went, Nadal had a break chance following that game that you just made mention of, where Cilic could have taken it to 3-love. And Nadal squandered the opportunity to get back on serve. That had everything in it that you love, Robbie. I mean, the moving forward, the hitting through the ball, the power. And you like his court awareness.
Incredible depth. Nadal's virtually out of the screen. That's how far back behind the baseline he's playing.
He dialed it up just a bit too high. He only needed to go to about 8 or 9, and he took it to 11. 30-15.
He wouldn't be the first guy to do that against Nadal. We call that the Nadal effect.
This is where Cilic is really starting to impress fans. 60 minutes into this match, he hasn't wavered. He's been tested, and there have been moments when he's been a little shaky, but he hasn't succumbed to the pressure.
Yeah, it's good summation. Shown more mortality in this second set, but still is out in front, able to keep his nose there. Too good. That's how good it has to be for Nadal today if he wants to make inroads into the Cilic game. Two beautiful raking backhands, working the angles like a diamond cutter. You can see it's not easy for a big fella to change direction.
Yeah, Cilic standing at 6'6" is quite agile at that height, but it's really difficult to put the brakes on. Change direction. Oh, magnificent effort from Nadal.
This is tennis straight out of the top drawer. This is what these fans paid good money for. But I think they thought it was the Nadal who was going to be implementing his game style on Cilic, not the other way around.
And absolutely, and Cilic has just been magnificent. We applaud Nadal's effort because it's just still, even after all this time and witnessing him do it, match and match and match, just to be able to get to that. But Cilic still able to handle when Nadal puts back at him and has the 4-2 lead, just 2 games away from dispatching of the top seed and reaching tomorrow's final. Cilic putting himself that much closer to creating a whole lot of noise here in China. Nadal keeps giving him a lot of that force that most players find very intimidating, but Croatian hasn't flinched. Cilic's golden opportunity. Can he get it? Another Nadal serve. Break chance. Looking to go up 5-2, and the way he's been serving, this could, for all intents and purposes, be match point.
Couldn't agree with you more, Kevin. I love the way he closed down the net there. Got right on top of it, took all the angles away from Rafa. It makes the volley so much easier when you're that close to the net.
He's done it. Marin Cilic breaks Rafael Nadal for the 4th time. Takes a 5-2 lead. And when he returns from his chair, he will serve for a spot in tomorrow's final. Rafael Nadal has never lost in the city of Beijing. 2005 champion of this event, Olympic champion, 3 matches here this week. 14-0 of the number 8 seed, Marin Cilic. Looking to close things out as he serves for the match in a spot in the final and hand Nadal the woodshed beating of the tournament.
Well, the crowd warming to Nadal. 16-shot rally, one of the few that he's been able to dominate with that trusty forehand.
We wondered how high of a level Cilic could maintain in this match. He only lost 2 points on his serve in the opening set. He's lost 8 here in the second, but has only been really faced down once. Had 1 break point against him. That was back in the 4th game of this second frame. That's it. Nadal hasn't seen a look at threatening. Just wide. And maybe this is the moment where Rafa steps up and says, it's time for me to let you know you're not going to steamroll me today.
Just enough depth on that one to trouble Nadal. It wasn't exactly where Cilic wanted it to go.
Also a testament to what Cilic has been able to do to Nadal today. Nadal sort of rushing the passing shot as Cilic coming forward. Nadal knowing he'd have to make almost a spot-on passing shot.
Yeah, the net points won for Cilic today has been outstanding.
And then from love 30, 30 all. Can't say enough about the mental prowess of Cilic in this, maintaining his composure throughout, never succumbing to the pressure. This is certainly going to send a message through the ATP Tour if things continue. And they are a point away from doing just that.
The serve has been outstanding today. Great variety, not only to the different corners, but also the pace of the serve. He's mixed up beautifully.
4 wins this season versus top 20 opponents. His best win thus far, that trouncing of Murray at the US Open. Murray was ranked number 2 in the world, but this would certainly by far be Cilic's biggest victory of his young career. Match point. Not just yet, says Rafa.
He will make Cilic earn his corn, that is for sure. Nadal's almost immune to the score. Plays every single point on its merit. Another serve placed with geometric precision.
Second chance to close out this match. And for a second time, Cilic is denied. That's a great response from Nadal. Much better point, so much more aggressive. Good to see him move forward as well. He's done so little of that throughout the course of this match. And look at the reaction after the point. There was a moment earlier in the point I thought he might have come in to the net then, but chooses to stay back, finishes things off, and now a break chance to get back one of the 2 breaks in this set.
Those first serves to this ad side for Cilic. Well. This match is not done and dusted just yet.
Nadal gets back one of the breaks as he answers Cilic's break at 4-2 to serve for the match. 2 match points go by the wayside for the Croatian. And now it's Nadal's chance to make that margin even slimmer. But he was broken the last time he stepped to the line. He has been struggling with the second serves, that all-important first offering, so key.
That's better. A little too much up the middle for Cilic with the approach. Not enough width on it. They'll take care of that every day of the week. He's been outstanding in that department, as Kevin mentioned a little earlier. Every time he's got to look at Nadal's second serve, he's made Nadal pay.
6 of 16 for 38%.
It's classy tennis. No panic whatsoever from Cilic, despite the fact Nadal was putting so many balls back in play. Great patience from the big man. Many a player could have panicked in this situation right here, but not him. He was prepared to use a two-shot combination to finish off the point. And his reward is another match point.
Number 3 for the Croatian. Third time, not the charm.
Smart serve.
Cilic.
Smart serve, though. I like it, Kevin. That body forehand serve. He hasn't used it enough to the righty.
So we'll watch Cilic endeavor for a 4th time to close out this match against the top seed.
Oh, had a good opportunity there to come in a little earlier in the points. Oh, well, Nadal did to hustle back and stay in the points.
And this is a case, Robbie, where experience is so valuable. Nadal, not sweating it, not worried, facing down 4 match points. Cilic, though, it's going to start to feed into his mind a little bit. 4 opportunities missed.
Of course it is.
And now a 5th try to take out the former world #1. And where that experience can be such a factor. We talked about it earlier in the career of Cilic, unable to close out matches from the service line because you would get nervous in situations he hadn't been in before. And he's shown a lot of moxie this week, being able to get through the semifinals. Will the 5th time be the breaking point?
Emphatic. What a match from Marin Cilic. His brother is delighted with the way he's given an account of himself.
And we mentioned earlier in the year, just a few weeks ago to be exact, Cilic took out the world #2, Andy Murray. Well, now he has taken out the world #2, Rafael Nadal, 6-1, 6-3 to advance to the final here at this ATP World Tour 500 event, the China Open.
Shell-shocked. I think that's the best way to describe how Nadal must be feeling. He was helpless. How often can you say that about Nadal when he takes to the court?
And he won't be the only one feeling the shock. The reverberations through men's tennis right now are going to be heard. Remember, Nadal has been coming off what has been a slightly injured summer. He had the abdomen problem. It took him out of Wimbledon, what he said was the toughest decision of his career, to not play as the defending champion. But he was in good form here. He has looked effective.
That's the key thing. And he's got enough tennis under his belt since he's come back from that injury, Kevin. And for Cilic to post these sort of numbers really is testimony to this young man's talent. Look at those 8 aces, and so many of them coming at crucial times throughout the course of the match. That first serve percentage nice and high, and look how effective he was with that first serve, winning almost 80% of the times it went in. And look at all the breakpoint opportunities he created. In fact, this match could have been done and dusted even sooner had he capitalized on a few more of those match points. But as for Nadal, probably didn't serve as well as what he would have liked. But I think in all fairness, you've got to give all the credit to Cilic, because he didn't allow Nadal to settle into any sort of rhythm, and is totally deserving of his emphatic victory today.
Absolutely. This will send the note to the rest of the men's tour that Marin Cilic is no longer just a flash in the pan, as a one-hit wonder, if you will. He is now somebody to be reckoned with. He takes it to Rafael Nadal today on this Saturday, and he looked unbelievably impressive in doing so.
Well, and then there were 2. Many thought that Novak Djokovic would be there come Sunday. Many people thought Nadal was going to be the other one, but it's not to be. It's Marin Cilic who's given the performance of his career to cement his place in tomorrow's showpiece final. How do you see that one panning out, Kev?
This is a tough one to pick, only on the case that both players have won 2 titles this year. Both are playing very inspired tennis of late and on great runs. But you have to give the upper hand to Djokovic, because in their 3 previous meetings, Novak has won all of them. He holds the upper hand, including a meeting earlier this year in Dubai. Straight sets win for the Serbian.
Marin Cilic will be up against Novak Djokovic. Unfortunately, folks, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed all of the tennis, especially that last match, as much as we did. From Kevin Skinner and myself, it's bye for now.